since we don't know how long this will be going on, but people going a bit crazy and their psychological issues exacerbating with the increased stress of the lockdown and the rights being taken away and the economic duress of people being, losing their businesses, going homeless, going hungry, not getting medical care. These kinds of things are happening. But what I think is a supernatural infection of basically, we can call it demonic hosting or entity hosting or organic portals, but with narcissistic personality disorder in particular is prone to what I call entity attachments and infections. And there's a lot of people who have like a lack of spiritual discernment.
Looking out into society, I'm seeing a lot of people basically lose their shit. Pardon my Anunnaki. We're seeing videos and hearing accounts of people violently setting upon the unmaskers, the non-maskers, because a lot of these people that wear the masks that have been frightened into this reptilian part of their brain as a means to retain some semblance of control. They've turned into the thought police. They've turned into the shamers. They've turned into the shriekers and pointers. Unmasked, right? So we're seeing that on a broad scale. And these controllers of this planet, because it's a planetary problem and it's non-human in origin, as you know, Evie, they thoroughly understand human psychology, especially mass psychology. Barbara Bartlett used to always say these aliens and reptilians know us molecule by molecule. And certainly they've played a key role in the genetic engineering, if you will, of our neurology, right? And so by shunting us into this reptilian lizard part of our brain of fight or flight, a lot of people that were barely hanging on to some semblance of sanity, of normalcy, this has tipped them over the edge. And there are varying degrees of that. Some, like I said, are basically freaked out and are attacking people that don't wear masks and pointing and shaming at them and getting very verbally abusive to complete strangers. Such a strange spectacle, too, when you see someone with a mask getting in someone else's face and screaming, and very weird, very eyes wide shut on a collective level. And then you have those who their default setting is obedience, acquiescence to authoritarianism. So these are people that are unquestioning. This is the masses of people now. They're just waiting for the vaccine to roll out. They're just waiting for their next directive to be told what to do. And the way the media plays the dissenters, the non-maskers, the people who raise legitimate questions about all this, they're instantly demonized by the media, by social media, by the Twitterverse, and now increasingly by all these people that just acquiesce and go along with whatever the consensus narrative is. Any academic who speaks out, they're going to lose their jobs. Anyone, it's such a control system. So I just wanted to get that point out because that's the backdrop. The backdrop to that is just all this archontic, leash generating, parasitic activity playing through all these organic portals, the news presenters, the politicians, etc. And those people that still have that inner navigation, that intuitive navigation, they know something is seriously wrong. They may not know all the details or have a lot of understanding about the greater conspiracies behind all this, but they know something is dreadfully wrong. Whereas in contrast to that, the masses, they're just hoodwinked by all this, mesmerized. They've become a force multiplier for the system. They've become the thought police. And instead of the sheepdogs, instead of the sheeple, they've turned into the sheepdogs. And anyway, that's my thoughts. Well, one will see, and one will find numerous accounts from deliverance ministries and missionaries stations in Africa that all they've been doing in the recent past is exorcisms. They're saying that it's just crazy the amount of demonic entity possession that's going on in the continent of Africa. And then you will find other accounts of exorcists in Italy and elsewhere, and they're saying the same thing. There's an all-time spike and increase in demonic possession, and I would.
Yeah, I mean, here it is. We're finally facing it. The food shortages for which I've been prepping the past couple years. And I haven't done enough. Here we go into the madness. I think personally the worst part about all of this is seeing everything coming, knowing that everything is headed your way, and still doing everything you possibly can, and it's never enough. There's just never enough you can do. Because no matter what, we're just going to be like the people of Bosnia. We're going to be just like the people of Austria when the Nazis came. I mean, we're no better than those people, most of us. But it's just the arrogance that you face with people. Very, very few people are willing to come down from the delusion of their television and face reality and look at history and even deal with the gravity of the situation we're in right now. You know, so to expect people to start stockpiling food or to expect people to start working together and fighting back against this tyranny is laughable. People just aren't going to do that. They're going to go with the programming. And people actually get offended if you disagree with them, or if you want to present anything that might be in any way unpleasant. They just don't want to hear it. They're not ready for people like this lady, like Deborah Tavares. You know, they just want, you know, it's like Tim Dillon, the comedian, puts it in one of his podcasts. It's like your sister's being raped in one room, your brother is being murdered in another, and you just want dessert. Can you please just get your dessert? Life on Earth really is like the movie They Live. Our world really is run by freakish creatures that appear to be non-human. They seem to swap skulls, but underneath that exterior, the consciousness within does not appear to be that of a human being. And also, the people we interact with on a daily basis, many of them are often influenced or downright possessed by archontic beings. And if your third eye's open, you will see it, just as you'll see these demonic, disgusting trannies. Take it away, Mr. Ed.
We will share with you the most up-to-date information daily. You can trust us as a source of that information. You can also trust the Director General of Health and the Ministry of Health. For that information, do feel free to visit at any time to clarify any rumour you may hear, covid19.govt.nz. Otherwise, dismiss anything else. We will continue to be your single source of truth. We will provide information frequently. We will share everything we can, everything else you see, a grain of salt. And so I really ask people to focus.
The most egregious example of that appears to be this text which originated in Malaysia and has become a viral hoax in Australia and in New Zealand. How irresponsible is it the people that are sharing that news of a lockdown imminent in New Zealand?
Yeah, and look, that's the kind of thing that adds to the anxiety that people feel. So I continue to share the message. New Zealanders must prepare, but do not panic, prepare. And when you see those messages, remember that unless you hear it from us, it is not the truth. And I really ask people, just visit covid19.govt.nz. It has all of the up-to-date information, and we will continue to provide everything you need to know.